Okay, I want to go ahead and start our presentation regarding DubLi. I want to take us through the two segments of DubLi that make up the total business model. Before we do, what I want to do is I want to kind of set the stage a little bit so that the information that you're about to see will make a little bit more sense. And by that I mean this. When you look at history, there are companies that come along at given times that are what we call game changers. These are companies that have created a new niche or have made a revolutionary jump in a given industry that they're coming from. If you look at companies like Microsoft, iTunes, eBay, Amazon, Google, these are all companies that were game changers. These are all companies that when they came to market, there was nothing like them. They had to go through their formulation years. In other words, they had to go through those 2, 3, 4 years of development to refine their business model, get them to a point that they were functioning correctly, to a point where their offering to the public became significant. If you look at them today and you look at, let's say, Amazon, Amazon started as a bookseller, and in the very early days, not a very good one. If you look at them today, they've expanded their products to everything, including videos and audios and products well beyond books, and are very, very successful. But those first few years that they were getting started was very difficult for them. iTunes, when they started, was a very limited library. Nobody believed that people would actually download music when listening to a radio was free. They also went through a couple of years of very difficult times until they, what we would call, caught traction. And then they expanded their database so that it included more and more musics and eventually went into the videos. If you look at Google, when Google got started, they were one of the very first search engines, and they were getting started at the same time that the internet was really just coming into being, and people didn't quite understand what the internet really was or even how to use it. And so here's a company starting a new business, a search engine, which people didn't understand what a search engine was, on the internet, which they didn't understand what that was either. And the gentleman was going to call his company Google, which in those days sounded like an absolutely ridiculous name to name a company. And he was trying to get people together to be able to help him finance the business. And again, those first couple of years were very, very difficult for him. Amazon, when they got started, again, as I mentioned, was a bookseller. DubLi has gone out, and what you're going to see now, you're going to understand, in our opinion, is the next game changer. This is the next company that's going to make a significant difference and change the dynamics of the public forever. So let's just start as we move through and look at the segments that make up DubLi. On the left-hand side of the screen, you see what is called DubLi.com. This is the retail side of the business. This is where customers will go and access what we call the value-based propositions of DubLi. They will never see anything regarding the business. On the right side of the screen is DubLi Network, and that's where those of us who've chosen to engage with DubLi will work from. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take us live, and I'm going to take you to the retail side of the business, because I think it's very important to understand the significance and the power behind the offering to the public. Now, DubLi today does business in 230 countries. They have a proprietary software that identifies you by your IP address in terms of the country you live in. Now, I happen to live in North America, so my IP address is going to be identified as North America. Consequently, what you will see is going to be products offered in North America in US dollars. The country that you live in, depending on where you come from, you will be identified by that IP address for where you're at and the stores and services that will deliver to your country, so you will see those that are appropriate for you. The mechanics, the functionality is identical, but just so that you understand, and that's why we're going to be talking about this in terms of North America right now. There's 4 offerings to the public today. One is the shopping mall. The second is the entertainment division, and the third is what we call the fun shopping, which are the auctions, and we're going to go through each one of these individually. I also want you to note, though, that each one of these sections has this play video underneath each one of the illustration pictures. And that's so that a customer can click on the play video and get educated on the functionality, on how each one of these areas works and how they can take advantage of it from a customer standpoint. Now, the first place that I really want to start with is going to be the shopping mall. The shopping mall is a significant offering to the public. Now, we're looking at the North American Mall. It's the largest mall in the world. It's over 30 million products. Every major store, every major company that you can think of is in this mall. Now, the customers have three ways to shop. The first way is, if they want, is to shop by store. Now, I'm going to go to the stores. It comes up alphabetically, so if you know the first letter of the store, you can go to that letter in the alphabet and then start scrolling down to find the store you're looking at. But here's what I want you to understand. The offering to the public is free. A customer signs up for free. Now, there will be other offerings and services that on a subscription basis, if they choose to use, they can do so. And we're going to talk a little bit about that so that you understand the value that each one of these offerings brings to the consumer. But you're going to notice there's three columns. We're in the A's right now. This column right here under free user is a percentage of cash back offered by these companies on the purchase dollar a customer will spend in their store. In other words, if you were going to go to the Piano Pod for children's wear and you were buying those products, whatever you spend at that store, you will get as a customer 4% cash back at the end of the month, paid directly to you in cash. We have a couple of subscription packages. The second column is one that we call the Smart Shopper package. Now, the Smart Shopper package in US dollars is $4.95 a month on a month-to-month subscription basis. There's no contracts. It's month-to-month. But for that, you get an additional 5% cash back on every single dollar that is spent in every single store in the mall, on top of the free percentage you get back from the store. So in this example here, a P in the Pod store, cash back to a free customer is 4%. The Smart Shopper gets the 4% plus the 5, or 9%. Now, and it'll be added to every one of those. You look here at A and E, it's 3.5% for a new shopper, or for a free shopper. Add 5, it's 8.5%. The second subscription package we have is what we call the VIP package. It's what I refer to as an all-access package. Everything that I'm going to show you that's above and beyond the free customer services and availability a customer has is included in the VIP package for free. In the VIP package on a month-to-month basis, on a subscription basis, is $28.95 per month. Now, the VIP customer in the shopping mall picks up an additional 2% that the Smart Shopper doesn't get, or in other words, a total of 7. So if we look at the same store, Piano Pod, 4% plus 7 is 11% cash back that a customer gets on that purchase. You know, look at A&E, 3.5% plus 7, 10%, 10.5%. Now, what I want to do quickly is I'm going to scroll down here at the bottom. I'm going to go to page 4. I do quite a bit of shopping in the mall myself. I happen to know a couple of items that are here that I'm interested in, and that is Apple. I buy a lot of Apple products. Here's the Apple Store. Buying directly from Apple, they're offering, and we know that Apple offers no customer a discount. It's just whatever their price is. Free shopper gets 0.8% cash back for buying their products online through DubLi going direct to Apple. Now, 0.8% is not a lot, but when you're talking about the price points for Apple products, it's something you can't get going direct to Apple, so it's like free money. The VIP shopper gets the additional 7%, so they get the 7 plus the 8.10, so they get 7.8% cash back on every single dollar that they spend in that mall. So again, again, I refer to it as like free money, if you will, because the customers are literally being paid on everything they got to buy anyway. They're going to buy it. They're not buying anything new. And the cash back can go up to as high as 40% depending on the store. Here's one from a company called Archive. The free customer is 25%. The VIP is 32%. So again, a customer can shop by store. They can also shop by category if they choose to do so. You just click on the category link, as I just did, and here's all the categories: automotive and motorcycles, computers and electronics, grocery and gourmet, health and beauty. Whatever the category you're looking for, you have the ability to shop in that fashion if you want to. Now, the third way that a customer can shop is if they know the specific item that they're looking for, and they know the color, or maybe they know the model number, whatever the case may be, then they can actually, up in the address bar, or right up here in the search bar, they can type in the item that they're looking for, and then click on the Go button, and it will bring up for them, in this case it was the Olympus VG120. It was an item that I was shopping for earlier, and I've got it here in my recently viewed items. And it brings up for me all the stores carrying this item. Now, starting at Ritz Camera, it's $134.94, and you see Target has it. There's Meijer, Radio Shack, Walgreens. I keep going on down the list, all the way to Bon-Ton for $190 even. Now, it's the same item. So as a customer, I can choose $134.94, or I can pay $190, whatever I choose to do, whatever company I'm most comfortable shopping with. I may have a special card with Target. I may have a loyalty program with a given store, and it doesn't matter. Whatever the best deal is, whatever the offering is, you get it going direct to them through DubLi, plus you get cash back from DubLi you can't get going direct. So, and this is a proprietary search technology available through DubLi, bringing the ability to the consumer to find the items that they want in literally one click, very simple, very easy, so that they can then decide what it is they want to buy and where they want to buy it from. Now, let me also add a couple of other features that we offer our customers. Let's just say the $134.94 is a little bit more money than I want to spend. So I can go over here to where it says set price alert. I can put in, let's say I'm willing to spend $99.99. Well, I can put in $99.99 in a set alert, click on it, and what I've done is I've automated my search. In other words, the system is going to continue to shop for me day in, day out. I don't even have to come back to the mall looking for a store until it finds a store willing to sell it for the price I put in there. It will send me an email with a hyperlink, notify me that that product is now available from this store, and I can click on the link, taking me to the store, and then I can buy it for that price. So, and I can have as many automated searches as I want. A customer can write reviews, read reviews. We encourage them to do that. They have the ability, if they use social media, they can click on the Facebook link, on the Twitter link, post it to their pages. They can email it to people. The site has been developed to offer the consumer incredible service, incredible offerings, bringing them simplicity. So the whole experience of buying products for the family they have to do anyway is simple, easy, refreshing, fun, the best prices they can get, and cash back on top of that they can't get going direct. So that's one of the offerings from DubLi to the consumer, and that continues to expand as more and more products are made available in stores as those come to the market. The second offering is the entertainment division. The entertainment today is all done in, and by the way, in streaming. You may have already read many of the companies out there that you know, like iTunes or Rhapsody or Pandora, any of these companies. They're all making announcements that they're going to streaming. Streaming is the future. It's no longer about downloads. It's no longer about download capabilities on a device. It's what do you have access to. And so streaming, and the quality on streaming is much, much better. But everything that DubLi does in the entertainment side will already be done completely in a streaming format. In here, it's one of the largest libraries in the world. It's over 18 million songs. You can search for a song by title, by artist. You can search for albums. You can look at their gallery of pictures. You can look for it by genre. You can search and create your playlist, multiple playlists. You can share songs and music with friends. You can post them on social media. It's all available right now through this entertainment division. In addition to that, there's 44,000 internet radio stations from around the world that you have access to, and over 40,000 flash games, single multiplayer games for the kids. Originally it was at 26,000. They just added another group of games. It's over 40,000 at this point. So all of this is currently the offering from the entertainment division. Down the road, it will eventually include television, e-books, audiobooks, videos, movies. All of that will become part of the entertainment division. And there are certain aspects of this as well. Everything I'm walking through and showing you is free, but there are certain aspects of it that have additional benefits that if a customer wishes to have those additional benefits, there's also a subscription of $9.95 per month U.S. on a month-to-month basis that allows them to have access to that as well. But if they just want to listen to the music, if they want to just use the radio stations or play the games and whatnot, they can do all of that for free. So that's the second offering. The third offering is what we call the fun shopping. And the fun shopping is two auctions. The first one is the express auction. Now, here's one of the benefits of a VIP customer, and that's the one that I mentioned at $28.95 per month. They are the only ones who can actually go in and buy from this particular auction. And this auction is cash cards. You're literally buying cash at a discount that you can then load onto a free DubLi debit MasterCard, which you get as a VIP customer. You can actually take the cash you buy, the cash you earn, load it onto your debit card. You can use it offline, take it to an ATM machine, pull cash out, use it anywhere MasterCard is accepted, use it online. You can use it in the mall. For example, let's say you buy a $180 cash card and you buy it for $160. Well, you can take the $180 that you paid $160 for into the shopping mall. You can spend the full $180 that you paid $160 for and get cash back on the full $180 that you just paid $160 for. So in other words, it's a way for a customer, as we would say, to double dip on the benefits from DubLi. And again, when you look at that front category page I showed you, there's a video that walks you through the functionality and helps you understand how the auction works, how you participate, what you need to do. Now, in this portion, there are, to have access to it to actually see and buy, you need to have what are called DubLi credits. A DubLi credit at retail to a customer is 80 cents US. It's 50 cents Euro. And so a VIP customer in that $28.95 a month also gets 25 free credits every single month given to them that they can then come over here and use in this auction and then buy cash cards at a discount. Now, the second offering within this category of the fun shopping is unique bid auction. The unique bid auction is a specific category for a limited number of people that enjoy this kind of entertainment. This is a lifestyle auction. Now, this one does run on a clock. This is kind of like the clock you might see in something like eBay. And you can see the time is running on these. Here is a Mac Air book. It's $1,599 that will close out in 39 minutes and 24 seconds. Here's a 2012 Championship League final tickets, the UEFA, $9,000 value. Now, this will close in 26 days, 8 hours and 39 minutes. Now, the objective in the auction is to be what we call the lowest unique bidder. You place bids at price point you're willing to pay for the item. The bids have to be placed at 20-cent increments. The lowest possible bid would be 20 cents. And so when the clock runs out, the computer will start at the lowest possible bid price, which would be 20 cents, works its way up in 20-cent increments until it finds the very first bid sequence where there is one single bidder at that price point, and they've earned the right to buy the product at that price point. It's a strategy game. It's a lot of fun. It's entertainment. It's for those people that enjoy that kind of entertainment, this kind of strategy. The video will walk you completely through how that totally functions. Now, currently today, that is the offering to the public, and it will continue to be expanded as we move forwards. And so what's important from my perspective is that you see a significant value to the consumer, because this is a consumer-driven business. This is a new transition to the internet from the traditional brick-and-mortar world. And to me, that's really important for business people to understand and to grasp. Let me talk a minute about the company. Now, follow this timeline, because this is very important. The company was founded originally in June of 2003. They went 3 years without generating a single dollar in sales. They were just spending money developing the software, the relationships, the contracts, establishing their personnel, doing testing, doing modeling, doing the things that they needed to do to get their business to a point that they felt good enough to be able to take it to market. And it was in 2006 that they felt good enough about what they had put together at that point that they took one component out of the model and one retail component, and they launched it in 4 German-speaking countries and Denmark. They ran it that way, testing it, modifying it, doing the things that they needed to do until 2008. It was in July of 2008 when they felt good enough at that juncture about what they had that they launched all of the EU, what was the current model at the time, simultaneously. It was in October of 2008 that they launched just the auctions in North America. In 2010, they added the shopping mall in May of 2010, which was an affiliate program in those days. And then in the fall or I should have said that was in 2009. And then in the fall of 2009, in the first quarter of 2010, they added the entertainment division. So you can see a great deal of time is put into this model. The development has taken time. An incredible amount of money has been invested to make sure that this offering was historic, was unique, was powerful, because they knew that this company would ultimately become the next game changer for what was happening in the Internet. Now, they are a publicly traded company. Their headquarters is in Boca Raton, Florida. One of the operations headquarters is in Berlin, Germany. They also have a headquarters in Dubai that handles the Middle East and Asia. Most of their programmers have to be in-house because of the type of technology that they are, so they're all housed in one of those facilities. And as I mentioned, they are a publicly traded company. Now, the other thing that's important to understand is the personnel. What kind of people are guiding this company? What kind of people are helping to manage it? And again, it's a critical question to be asked. Look at the board of directors. Niels Thusen. Niels is the chairman of the board. Niels is a very influential financial expert from Europe. In the financial world, he is referred to as the Warren Buffett of Europe. He had over $30 billion in management under him, including the entire Danish government and the retirement programs. The man is one of the strongest financial individuals that could be capable of guiding companies as they move forwards in the future. Blas Moros on the board of directors. Blas was one of the original founders with Bill Gates and Microsoft. He was one of the key individuals responsible for a lot of their international expansion in the Central South America, as well as into Europe and into China and Japan. And he has had incredible references in terms of his connections within the IT industry, and he's considered one of the top 3 most influential people connected within that entire world, if you will. Lester Rosenkrantz, he's president of Cameron Associates. It's an old, established, very influential leading brokerage firm in New York. And of course, Michael Hansen is the founder of DubLi. He's the gentleman that came up with the original idea. The creation has been the driving force behind it. But what's important here to understand, you look at Niels, Blas, and Lester, these gentlemen have been incredibly successful, very wealthy. These gentlemen would not put their reputations and their names at risk with any company unless they knew without a doubt that they had something that was going to be different, something that was going to be special, something that would be historic. And that's why these people are here. If you look at the management team that DubLi has, Truls Anderson, he's the marketing communications director for MediaNet Group. Now, he was one of the original founders for Groupon for Scandinavia, and he was responsible for a lot of the development within that marketplace. And he helped develop programs as well for Groupon in Japan, and also as they started to lay some of the groundwork for China. Charles Arizmendetti has just been promoted to Chief Operations Officer. He was the Executive Vice President for Business Units. He was Vice President Operating Officer for Bitdefender, one of the larger security firms online. So again, when you look at the management team, when you look at the board of directors, this looks like a Fortune 500 company. And that helps people have the security that they need to know there are some significant people behind this company guiding and directing them for something that is going to be incredible. Here's a few illustrations of their facilities. The two columns on the left are the office in Dubai. The center two columns is the offices in Berlin, and the right two columns is the offices in Boca Raton, Florida. Now, again, the retail side is the driving force behind DubLi and what they bring to the marketplace. In conjunction with what you saw live that I've just taken you through, DubLi also offers to the consumer great customer support through a ticket system, an online ticket system. So the customers deal directly with DubLi. They don't even deal directly with the people who are initially responsible for implementation of the consumer or the business side, if you will. DubLi handles what I call all the care, the feeding, the taking care of, the incentivizing of the consumer on our behalf. They make sure that they get updated newsletters and communications and daily deals and specials and all the things that are available. There's also a program with our customers where DubLi does a drawing every single month for our customers, and they give free entries into this drawing, and the company's giving away gold, they give away trips, they give away computers, they give away phones. It's fun, exciting, the customers love it, they're participating, and again, it's just something that makes the customers recognize that DubLi is offering them something very unique and very powerful. Now, as I mentioned before, the customers register for free. They have complete access to what I've shown you. They have complete access to the mall with the cash back from the stores as a free customer up to as much as 30% cash back. They get the entries into the free drawings, and they have access to all that we've already walked through live. The subscription packages that I mentioned, there is the Smart Shopper package. That's the one that's $9.95. Gives them the additional 5% cash back in the shopping mall. They also have the Music on Demand. It's the $9.95 that I mentioned that gives them some additional benefits and capabilities within the entertainment division as well, should they wish to do so. And then the VIP package is the one that I refer to as the All Access Pass, and you get the 25 credits for free every month for that fee. You get the free DubLi debit card. You get the only ones that can buy in the express auction. You get all these benefits, plus an additional major benefit is that the VIP customers are the only ones that get what we call a customer referral program and the ability to participate in it. And the customer referral program works this way. When a VIP customer really sees the value, enjoys the experience, and if they refer another customer, a brother, a sister, a friend, a neighbor, whatever, to be able to get the same benefits, the same savings, the same convenience, the very first month that that customer registers as a VIP customer as well, the company will give them $5 cash as a way of saying thank you for the referral. But every month that that customer stays a VIP customer, the company will give them $2.50 every single month as a way of saying thank you for that referral. You know, if you think about it, when we go to a restaurant that we really like, we refer lots of people to that restaurant, but they never send us anything. They don't even send us a little voucher for free to go get a free meal. But here with DubLi, the customers get cash for referring customers. If you look at the example, you've referred 10 VIP customers. On the one-time fee, you make $50 US, and on a month-to-month-to-month basis, you're earning $25 every single month, which pays for your subscription fee financially, even though you're getting everything else for free. And you continue to if you continue to refer, you got 50 VIP customers, the one-time fee will be a total of $250, and then on a monthly basis, there's an additional $125 per month. And then the example there you can see is the 100 is it's $500 in one-time fee, but a monthly $250. What a remarkable way for a stay-at-home mom to make some extra income for the family just by telling people where to get a good deal, where to save some money, where to save some time. So again, it's just one of those offerings that DubLi has also put in place for a VIP customer. Now let's talk about DubLi Network. This is the marketing engine behind the DubLi.com. This is where those of us who've chosen to engage in the business will be able to operate from. Now, the company's done a remarkable job of putting together the tools that we need to run a global business regardless of language. All of the tools that we need to be able to view and see and drive a business have been built into this for us. DubLi furnishes all the marketing materials for free. If you do online marketing, the towers, the banners, all those types of things are already done with promotions attached to it. The HTML codes are there. You just copy the codes, paste them where you want to put them, and then the banners are maintained, the towers are maintained for you, and when promotions are changed, DubLi actually goes out wherever you place them and changes it for you. You don't even have to maintain them yourself. The company will do that on your behalf. If you do offline marketing, if you do any kind of traditional advertising, or if you do flyers or things along those lines, DubLi provides you the camera-ready artwork. You put it onto a stick, take the stick to a printer, print it out, you're good to go. So they make sure you've got literally the best of the best. And again, for the online people that do a lot of internet marketing, we have the pieces that are used in Facebook. They do a lot of the magazine, the DubLi magazine, which is an incredible tool to use. It can be emailed. It's free. It can be put into any kind of an email campaign, a blog campaign. They do videos that are built into them. You can see pictures and illustrations of products and customers as well as the business side. It's a very, very powerful tool to be able to give information to people about what's happening with DubLi and what the offering is. We also have DubLi TV. Very powerful tool today, and it's going to even become more powerful in the future as the branding campaigns kick on, and as the consumers become aware of what's happening with DubLi. DubLi TV is going to be where they can go and get that, because currently the public doesn't really know about DubLi. It's been on an invitation basis, but very shortly here in the next 4 to 6 weeks, the branding campaign will start with DubLi, where the public is going to become aware of them on a global basis. So again, a very, very powerful tool to use. DubLi is also, as I mentioned, starting their branding campaigns in the print side, in periodicals and magazines. They're moving into radio and television. And the idea here is the creation of brand. Just like Coca-Cola has a brand, just like Microsoft has a brand, Apple has a brand, DubLi is going to be creating brand with the consumer. So it's going to be recognized when the customer hears DubLi. They're going to think about convenience. They're going to think about quality. They're going to think about family. They're going to think about savings. And that is going to be starting on a global basis. And again, when that happens, also as we start talking to potential people who may be interested in our business side, they're going to say, well, wait, I just heard about DubLi on this television program or this radio, or I just read about it. So it's going to make it even simpler and easier for us. Let's talk a little bit about the compensation. There's two pieces to that. One is the retail side. Now, when an individual engages with DubLi, we all pay an annual registration fee of $175 US per year. Now, we also know that there are people, when they engage with DubLi, are engaging with specific purposes in mind. It may be with the idea of what we call part-time supplemental income. In other words, an extra 200, 300, 400 euro a month. There may be somebody interested in building a regional business, the ability to earn an extra 2,000, 3,000 euro a month. And then there will be people that might be interested in building a large business, a national business, a business of significance, where they're looking to earn 6 figures plus a year. Well, DubLi has created packages to meet the demands of the individual participating in the business. So the ability to earn is between 5 and 25% based on how somebody chooses to be able to enter the DubLi business. And it's strictly a financial decision that they make. It has no bearing on the income generated off of business building activity. But we earn that 5 to 25% on every single membership package. In other words, the Smart Shopper package, the VIP package, the entertainment package. Every single credit a customer purchases, we are paid on that. Every transaction, every purchase a customer makes in the shopping mall, we get paid on that. So in other words, we're creating a transactional environment where everything a customer does, we have the ability on the personal side to earn between 5 and 25% of all commissionable revenue generated. Now, let's also talk about the organizational side. On the organizational side, you have the ability to earn an additional 5 to as much as 27.5% on every commissionable dollar generated by all the customers on the teams of associates that have chosen to become part of your business. And it's on the same thing, all the subscription packages, all of the credits, all of the purchases in the mall. Now, let me give you kind of a way to put this in perspective. And this is just an example. Let's just assume we have helped an individual put 20 VIP customers into the business in 6 months. That's 20 people who are willing to pay $28.95 US per month. Now, we know, based on historical data, that there's a viral growth aspect to this model. And when they ran tests and promotions to find out what incentivized the customer, they saw a variety of referral numbers, but the smallest one they ever saw was a factor of 5. And so we use the smallest number. So if it takes 6 months to put in 20 VIP customers, we know in the next 3 months those 20 will bring 5 additional customers, or a total of 100. We know in the next 3 months that 100 will bring a minimum of 5, which is 500. So that means at the end of 1 year, there would be a total of 620 VIP customers. The interesting thing is, if you put 20 VIP customers into the business and they refer other customers who refer other customers, all the customers are treated to the business associate as if they personally engaged those customers. So all of the commissions are being paid to the single business associate. Now, if you round that number to just 400, just for the sake of math, we know that they're getting 25 credits per month from the business associate's account at retail. It's included in that $28.95 per month that they're buying. Well, 25 credits at 400 customers is 10,000 credits per month coming from the package that the business associate holds. The largest package we have is called a gold package, and it only holds 5,000 credits, which means in this scenario, 2 gold packages by that business associate was turned within a given month. Now, those credits are bought at a discount. In other words, that 5 to 25%. So if we use the largest package, which is what we call the gold package, it has 5,000 credits, it's $2,995 US for that package. But when they take that package and they turn it, they generate $1,000 in retail profit. So if they turn it twice in a month, that's $2,000 US in retail profit per month. They bought those credits at wholesale. 25% of 80 cents is 60 cents. So that's where the $2,000 came from. But they're given back all the money. So in other words, the cost money that business associate spent, the $2,995, they got all of that back, plus the profit, and so they just took the same money and just turned it over and turned it over. And that's the income that they would generate on a month-to-month basis. So now, if we extrapolated that out a little bit, and we try to keep this really simple, just small numbers, and let's say a team of 50 business associates are built. Now here's the thing with both of these examples. The timeline is the variable. If you do on the customer side, you do it in a year, then we're talking about on the business associate side a year for them as well. So again, the timeline's a variable. You can do it quicker, you can do it longer, but the numbers will always work the same. So the 50 business associates have 400 VIP customers each. The 400 VIP customers, 50 business associates, is 100 gold packages. That's 5,000 credits each. And each gold credit is $2,995 times 100. So it's because the 50 are turning them twice. That's $299,950 in revenue generated for the month. If your earnings were at the minimum side, it could be more, but if it was at the minimum side of 5%, that's $14,975 per month on earnings from your organization. Now, you take that $14,975, add it to your personal income, which is $2,000. Now your earnings is $16,975 per month on a business driven by customers. Again, the variable, folks, is the timeline. If you do it in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, it's up to the individual based on how much time they can commit to their business, how much effort they put into the business. But again, the math works out. So you can see this is the end result for what you're looking to accomplish on whatever time frame it takes you to get there. It's your exit strategy of life. It's what you can get to that's going to allow you to have the financial freedom you want to do the things that are important for you and your family. Now, let me recap it in this fashion. I started the presentation talking about companies that are game changers. And I mentioned companies like Amazon and eBay and iTunes and Google and Microsoft. Well, when you look at what I just showed you, you see the shopping mall. You see the entertainment division. You see the fun shopping, the auctions. And so what DubLi has done is they took what iTunes did, they took what eBay did, they took what Amazon did, and they took all three business models and incorporated it into one. They cut it across all country borders, up to 230, and currencies, all under one roof. If you look at the individual pieces, there are a lot of companies out there today in the shopping mall business. Some of them are traditional, and some of them are in the network marketing world. There's lots of companies out there in the fun shopping side, the auction side. Some of them are traditional, some of them are network marketing. If you look at the entertainment side, there's a number of companies out there in the entertainment division. Now, I think all of those are traditional companies, traditional business. And they're all out there competing, and they're trying to say I'm better and I'm bigger than the other guy. So that's just the nature of business. But DubLi is the only company that has got this all under one roof. But here's the most exciting part about this presentation for each of you. You see, DubLi is not a shopping mall. They're not an entertainment company, and they're not an auction house. What DubLi is creating, and this is what we call the end game, is they're creating the largest online community transactionally driven. You see, this transition taking place from the brick and mortar world to the virtual world via the internet, depending on the country you live in, many people are already doing online banking. They're already sourcing their education for their children. They're sourcing their insurance for health, for life. They're doing all the things that would normally be done in the traditional brick and mortar world are now being moved to and already are being done or will be done on the internet. And we also know, based on the data from all of the experts out there, that the consumer will create their transactions in a community that they trust versus going direct to the same sources and dealing with salespeople. And DubLi has positioned themselves as the very first company to create that environment. Just like Google created it for search, iTunes created it for entertainment, Amazon created it for shopping, and eBay created it for auctions, DubLi has done the same thing with the very first transactionally driven consumer community. That's the end game, folks. That's the key right here. Think of it this way. When Amazon was in their formulation years, and remember, they were only a bookseller and not a good one. If you had known someone with management and was able to have negotiated out a deal to get even a small transaction fee on every transaction they ever generated moving forwards in the future, what kind of income would you be earning today? It'd be astronomical. But it was never their plan. It was never a possibility. That is what DubLi is building today. And you have an opportunity to be able to participate in this and to be one of those individuals who's with one of the very first, as we say, the mover's advantage in a game-changing company and become very, very wealthy. It's a pleasure to be able to share this information with you. I want to thank you for the time on allowing us to pass this on to you, and have a wonderful day. And Brian, I'm going to turn it back to you, my friend.